Coming up on STL Weather this Tuesday, February 22nd, we are tracking winter weather for the St. Louis area. We have a winter storm warning issued for St. Louis, and farther to our northwest, we have a winter weather advisory. We explain why there's a winter weather advisory to our northwest, where they're expecting the highest snowfall totals. We'll talk about those totals and the ice potential, especially to our southeast, where they're expecting significant ice. I also have your updated 7-day forecast, as well as where you can find me as we head towards the next couple of days involving this winter weather. All of that coming up right now. And this is meteorologist Alvin Kamau. I hope you guys are enjoying your Tuesday, February 22nd, 2022. That rhymes, right? And we are in storm alert this Tuesday as we are tracking that next winter storm that is moving towards the St. Louis area. For those who are watching us, we're in storm alert, continuing this coverage like we were yesterday. And so we want to give you the latest details on what to expect. Now, the first thing that you do need to know is there's a winter storm warning for St. Louis that has been issued from Wednesday afternoon through Thursday evening, and to the northwest is a winter weather advisory. Now, some of you are like, okay, I just saw the snowfall totals in the intro, and it's showing that most of the snow is going to be to the northwest. So why is there a winter weather advisory to the northwest? Well, winter storm warning really means, and when you compare that to a winter weather advisory, it basically means that in the winter storm warning, you're going to have bigger impacts. And then you're like, how is there bigger impacts when there's less snow in St. Louis and more to the northwest? Because especially in our southern counties, we are going to see an ice event, and especially out of our viewing area or even southern Reynolds County, they're going to get some significant icing, and that can cause even some power outages. And so basically what is happening here is, as we have this winter storm warning, it's basically because of that ice and that sleet that we are watching for. And so with that is going to have a bigger impact, but to the snow to the northwest, it's going to have an impact, but not as much in this winter storm warning. And so as I show you those snowfall totals that we have gotten a couple of hours ago and yesterday, and I also posted on my Twitter page, you probably will start to get an understanding of why this has been issued. And so things to watch for as we head towards the next couple of hours is that snow. Here's what we're expecting right now. Again, the forecast can change, but right now we're confident in what we are seeing since we're just a day out from this storm. We're expecting 1 to 3 inches of snow around the St. Charles County area. We can get at least around 1 to 3 inches of snow around the Litchfield, Jerseyville, Troy, and Herman, as well as Bowling Green, where they're expecting mostly snow. Or even though we don't have as much snow, in St. Louis we're expecting at least 2 inches of snow, combined with that sleet and snow, combined with ice to our south. And so with that sleet and snow, it's going to cause even a bigger impact to where that winter weather advisory has been issued, where most of the snow is expected. And then just to our southern counties, we're expecting a glazing of ice. Now with this, we also got to talk about these 2 rounds of wintry precip that will move in Wednesday and Thursday. We have 2 rounds of wintry precip, and so first we're going to have 2 rounds of snow. That's something I'm going to show in the future model, and sleet, as well as freezing rain falling across the area. While amounts are small, they will cause slick and dangerous traveling conditions. And so basically, when is this going to happen? The round 1 is going to be Wednesday late afternoon and overnight. Round 2 is going to be late Thursday morning into Thursday evening. And so here is the forecasted snow totals. Again, we're talking about 2 inches of snow in St. Louis, basically a trace to almost nothing to our southeast, but they're gonna get at least something in terms of snow. It's just mainly a glazing of ice in places like Perryville. And to our northwest, places like Bowling Green probably will get into that 2 to 4 inch range. Around the 1 to 3 is what we are forecasting for right now. So those are the 2 rounds that I'm going to time out in the models right now. And so if you are watching this premiere, you want to stick around because we have a lot to talk about as we're in storm alert. Alright, so right now we're looking at the European model, and we are going to be tracking this significant system that's going to cause a lot of ice to the south. Probably not going to be the most significant storm ever in St. Louis because we're not expecting so much, but to the south, that's why I'm using the word significant. So here we go in what we are tracking. Here's the European model. I'm not showing the GFS. I'm showing the more accurate model, which has been read for a couple of years. And so I know I said yesterday in my video that it would be a mild day to the start. You're probably like, I was wrong. Basically, I was kind of right in between, like how? If you look at the temperatures right now, our temperatures are in the our temperatures right now are in the 30s. So if you probably look at your phone and you see the weather forecast, you can probably see that there is a temperature in Hazelwood, where I am right now, of around 36 degrees. And so that is something you do need to know. And so when you think about it, it was mild in the start of the day, and then starting to end the day, that is when those temperatures were dropping. So hopefully the kids had jackets when they were outside in the afternoon. Hopefully that answered your question if you had any questions about that. Now here's the clock at 6 p.m. Not a lot of precip happening, but as we head towards the next couple of hours, the radar is going to start becoming active. Expect a clear night tonight, no precip, but as we head towards 9 o'clock, heads up in Oklahoma City, in Tulsa, and then we're going to start getting that snow entering Joplin around 11 a.m. Now as we head towards Rolla, probably a couple of flurries moving in by 12 noon. And then as we head towards 1 o'clock, that continues to spread through the area. Probably a quick burst of snow heading towards St. Louis at 3 o'clock. And as we head throughout the evening and afternoon, we have 4 or 5 o'clock, we have that heavy burst of snow. 6 o'clock, that continues. 7 o'clock, it continues. And around a couple of hours, you can see how it continues to persist. As we head a couple of hours later, it will start to reduce. Here is the time as we add to 12 a.m. and you can see that system trying to move out of the area. And some of the models have it continuing for a couple of hours. That's why you want to stay tuned for updates. And so that first part of the system, probably just a dusting in the St. Louis area, but we gotta watch for some changes in the forecast. Just a dusting is what's expected in the St. Louis area. So what we're going to be expecting later on is at 5 a.m. and you can see around 5 a.m. in the St. Louis area we're dry, and this is the round 2 event that we were talking about earlier. Here is the ice event and sleet moving through Joplin at around Thursday at 9 a.m. and then of course we're gonna have that moving in, that frozen precip at 12 o'clock in St. Louis, 1 o'clock that continues, 2 o'clock that continues. According to the European model, 3 o'clock it continues, 4 o'clock it continues, and probably moves out at 5 on Thursday. Again, stay tuned for updates. Continuing in our eastern counties in Illinois at 5 o'clock still with all kinds of precips, and then a quick batch of ice can move into our southern counties as we head towards the evening on Thursday. Now this is when things start to wrap up, but at around 10 o'clock we'll watch for a batch of snow to our northwest. What that is going to do is it's going to impact our northwestern counties, probably clipping the St. Louis area around midnight on Friday when that snow starts to taper off. Now in terms of our snowfall totals, a lot of you guys want to see what our snowfall totals are, and basically what this model is printing, probably looking impressive but it isn't, is probably around 2 inches of snow in St. Louis. But then if you look at the GFS model, you can see how it overdoes it, where I do not believe the GFS model is doing good when it comes to snowfall totals, because we are just expecting at least 2 inches of snow in St. Louis. And so now we're going to talk about that ice potential. So now we're going to talk about that ice potential as we head towards, of course, Wednesday into Thursday, as we've been talking about that in the models. And so here it is. Here's the ice event. And so we're going to get some significant ice to the southern counties, and that can cause some power lines. Now, areas where I want you to be aware of this, places like Farmington, you can get a good batch of ice, but heads up, southern Reynolds County, parts of Chester, Perryville, Paducah, and out of our coverage area is where we're going to get that significant ice. So heads up if you're in Paducah, because you're going to get significant ice out of this. And our southern counties is going to be clipped from this, but Paducah is going to be hit dramatically. And so this is the ice event in St. Louis. Just a little bit of ice in St. Louis, very, very light. But to our south is something that we're going to watch very, very carefully, where it's more of the sleet, a little bit of ice in St. Louis, and then some snow mixed in. That's what causes 2 inches of here, and then to our northwest we get 1 to 3 inches. So now let's get to your updated 7-day forecast. Of course, I have to make changes to the forecast if I'm going to come on again. We're expecting Wednesday to be 29 with a low of 24. We're going to get that evening mix like we were talking about. That is something that we got to watch very carefully, like we were showing you in those models, how we would get that evening mix. And that snow, of course, we got to keep an eye on to the radar very carefully. And then Thursday we're going to get a high of 32, low of 22, with that wintry mix continuing. 90% chance we're gonna have something. And Friday we're gonna get a high of 31 with that snow ending, of course. 17 degrees for the low, partly cloudy. Saturday 40 with a low of 25, partly cloudy. And Sunday 47 with a low of 21. Monday 45 with a low of 26. So this weekend gonna be cooler, not as warm as it was last weekend. Of course, this Sunday was pretty warm out there. And then Tuesday we're gonna have a high of 50, yeah, with a low of 31. So weather is all over the place, but we've really got to keep an eye on these next couple of days, as we have that precip that is going to move through the area, of course. So now let's talk about what you do need to know. Please follow me on Twitter. I may not be able to go on for this coverage, but I'm just giving you a heads up on the Snowfall Totals. That's why I came on here. Follow me on Twitter, of course. The link will be in the description down below. Get updates from your phone, your iPad, your computer. Notifications, if you put your notifications on. I'll have my online coverage of retweeting, tweeting, tweets, of course, for you, and keeping you updated, and those notifications will come right to your phone. And then school closings are possible, not just tomorrow, potentially tomorrow. And I'm saying possible because who knows if you'll see any school closings tomorrow, but there's a possibility Wednesday and Thursday, and potentially Friday, depending if buses start depending on the school districts. And of course, with that, you'll have to stay with your local news and weather. They will continue to give you the latest when I am not on as well. So of course, that is all of the time we have for our coverage. We do want to end this storm alert video with a live look at the Gateway Arch. And we're giving you a live view of the Gateway Arch this Tuesday, February 22nd, 2022. It is 36 degrees, and I'm premiering this video around the 5:34 hour. As you can see, that live view of the Gateway Arch, it's pretty cloudy. Dress warm and bundle up if you're there overnight. Of course, we're in storm alert, and we'll be on storm alert throughout this winter storm warning. If there are any changes to the forecast, I'll let you know on my Twitter page, where we'll have online coverage. I may not be able to go on later on this week, so that's something you do need to know, excuse me. But thank you for watching, and have a good rest of your evening, as well as a good rest of your week. Stay safe, St. Louis. Stay healthy.